Welcome to Balmoral Otautahi. We're just breaking ground here. My name's Burnett Architecture. Dan Saunders from Dan Saunders Construction is building this home that we've designed for Andrew and Laurel, who we met through, they attended one of the Superhome tours, and so there's going to be a video series here where we look at follow the progress and really look at what are the key things that go into creating a super home and how it's different to a normal home.
We met Andrew and Laurel through the Superhome movement tours, as well as finishing a house for their friends up further around the hill as well. So they're acutely aware of what we do and how important a healthy home is, being part of the medical industry as well. They've seen it firsthand on how poor housing can have such a detrimental effect on the health of people. So that's good to know that they've always got that information in front of them already. Building on the side of a hill is always problematic, especially in the winter months. As you can see, there's water sitting here, but on this particular job we've spent about 10 days rock breaking already, so we can nest the house further back into the hill, and so it complements the layout of the land.
This site had an earthquake damaged house that was completely munted and obviously had to be demolished. So it's really great to see something positive coming out of that, and we've designed a house that's really earthquake resilient. There's a lot of people that have been affected by the earthquakes and are really thinking about that. A lot of people don't, but if it's probably around double the structural bracing requirement of code, and if you can design something that's going to stand up to future earthquakes, it's also going to be really good in these increasingly severe weather events. And the wind load requirement is actually greater than the earthquake requirements. So just knowing that the house is going to be strong, it's built with CLT, cross-laminated timber, which is incredibly strong, but also allows us some opportunities in terms of the aesthetics and creating a really nice, organic, biophilic interior design, because the structural panels are actually the finish, they're the ceiling, and then on top of that we have a thick layer of insulation, actually several layers of insulation, creating a warm roof. So again, if there's an earthquake, you're not going to get cracked jib, because the ceiling is the structural timber panel, which is ideal, and it really sort of serves both purposes of creating this beautiful interior vibe, but also providing for an incredibly resilient build. Clients, Andrew and Laurel, were really interested in a high performance home, but also a home that was ideally suited to this site. And obviously it starts with the site and the wonderful view, and sometimes there is sort of this tension between creating a high performance home and having larger windows, and I think that's a fine line to balancing that and getting that right, so that you can design something that's not constrained by the technical aspects, which would normally be pushing you towards having less glazing to make it more thermally efficient. The real key thing with this sort of site is designing so that it's going to be protected from overheating. So if you do have north and west, mainly west facing glass, you've got to have a really oversized overhang on the roof, but also sometimes that's not enough, so you've got to have some vertical shading. So we've got the Kaufman windows, which actually have roller shades built into the windows, which is going to be really nice, just for that protection from the late afternoon sun.